Hi, Good Life family. What's good and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It is I, Mimi, and you're welcome to a new video. Today, I'm going to review the movie Love Reborn, currently showing on Uchenna Mbunabo TV here on YouTube. If you haven't seen the movie, do well to go check it out and come back here and leave your own opinion about the movie. And then if you have seen the movie, feel free to agree or disagree about my own opinion about this movie in the comment section, and I'll be in the comment section replying to any comments that I see. This movie stars Chike Daniels and Nadia Buhari as the main characters in the film, as well as some other talented actors like Seun Ajayi and Steve Eboh. Shout out to Steve Eboh, by the way. If you don't know who Steve Eboh is, he's one of the OG actors in Nollywood. If you grew up watching Nollywood movies or you're just a fan of old Nollywood movies, which you can find here on YouTube, he is a popular face, you know, from Nollywood from back in the day. I was really happy to see him on this particular movie because it's been a while that I saw him on my screen. This movie was produced by Uchenna Mbunabo and directed by Ben Cassie, and the story is by Chike Daniels. My overall favorite character in this particular movie has to be Seun Ajayi, and he is the guy that played the role of Femi, the friend of David in this particular movie. He was so funny, and the kind of comic relief and life that he brought into this particular movie just made him stand out in some ways, in my own opinion. Let me know how you felt about seeing Seun Ajayi in this particular movie playing the role of Femi. Next, I would like to comment the uniqueness of this particular story. I really haven't seen any YouTube movie or any Nollywood movie with this particular storyline. As for whether I recommend it, well, let me just proceed to talk about the movie in details before I now talk about whether I recommend the movie or not. Before I proceed to talk about what I like to call minor flops in this particular movie, let me first of all commend Uchenna Mbunabo for putting in so much work into making movies this year, 2025. I have been seeing a lot of his movies being released here on the YouTube space, and I would say in all honesty that he's doing a commendable job with bringing so much entertainment to our screens non-stop, like back to back. That being said, let's proceed to talk about what I like to call minor flops in this particular movie. I'll start by taking a deep breath because I have a lot to say. Let me start off by talking about how this movie fell short in capturing the essence of life in the 90s. Considering that they felt the need to portray life in the 90s, I think they really did fall short of bringing the essence, basically, of what life in the 90s looked like. First of all, don't even get me started on the Peugeot 406 that they were using as the car that David was driving in this particular movie. The Peugeot 406 did not come into Nigeria and become popular for use until the early 2000s. So how on earth was this man driving a Peugeot 406 in 1993 or 1994 or 1995? Because he died in the early parts of 1996. So you mean to tell me that before did he import his own 406? Did he import his own Peugeot 406 to start using? And I think the vehicle itself was when introduced, if I'm correct. I think that particular Peugeot 406 was actually introduced maybe 1995 thereabouts. So how no, please. Secondly, let us even proceed to talk about the outfits. Okay, I'll give them a little bit of kudos for trying their best to try as much as they possibly could, or as much as their budgets would have permitted, to make him look like someone who lived in the 90s by his appearance. But still, even the appearance, I feel like they didn't do justice to it. They didn't do due diligence, in my opinion. Don't even get me started on Lisa's outfits in the 90s. Lisa basically looked like a regular girl of today who just has a poor fashion sense back in the day. Like, how is someone who, no, the overall look of even the apartment they lived in, it did not give 90s vibe in any way, right? I know that it will require them going out of their budget to capture the actual essence of the life in the 90s. But then if you want to do, I just feel like if you want to do a story like this, if you want to do a film like this and you don't have the budget for it, maybe leave it and do something simple until when you're able to like have the budget for this particular movie. The house they were living in looked like every regular house that you see today. They could have simply just chosen one room and put props and set it up in a way that it actually does capture the essence of the 90s. I don't know about you, I don't know about other people that watch movies, but for me, when I come to watch a movie, I'm not only interested in the story, I'm not only interested in the faces of the actors that are there, because I feel like a lot of Nigerians or a lot of people who watch Nollywood movies here on YouTube are really biased whenever it comes to judging a movie, right? A lot of people are biased by their preference or non-preference for a particular actor or actress, and that makes them feel like a movie is good, even when it is not good, because they see people that they like on the screen. When I'm watching a movie, I'm not looking out only for the story. I'm not looking out for the faces that are on the scene. I am looking out for other things like this. Now, I want to talk about Steve Eboh's role as the villain in this particular movie. And this is just basically my own opinion. You could agree with me or we could agree to disagree. I felt like he didn't have the natural ability or presence to portray the villain in this particular movie effortlessly. And that's just in my own opinion. Am I saying that he is not a good actor? No, that's not what I'm saying. I think he's a good actor because he's an OG. He has been around for a while, so he most likely knows the ropes around here. What I'm trying to say is that he lacked the presence of a villain in this particular kind of setting. Could he nail a role as a villain somewhere else? Definitely. I don't doubt that he would. But then, I don't think he fits the profile of who you would expect to see. His overall mannerisms, his demeanor, his person in general didn't give me the vibe of what I would have expected from the villain in this particular set. His portrayal of this particular character just diminished his impact on the overall movie, and that is just in my own opinion. Maybe he would have done better in playing the role of a wicked uncle or a wicked stepfather or a wicked uncle in the village or something like that. But for this particular, he's a good actor, don't get me wrong. Did he do well? I think he did fairly good. But then there's just something, I just feel like not everybody fits into every role. If you know what that means, then you'd understand me. Not everybody fits into every role. You might be a good actor, you might be good at what you do, but then there's just something about your overall personality that just doesn't allow you to play certain roles in a movie. I felt like his person did not align with this character. I don't think he delivered what I expected from this particular character to its full potential. I felt like it could have been more. Then I want to now talk about the overall acting and delivery of all of the actors in this movie. Individually, do I feel like they are good actors? Yes. I saw someone put out a list of actors that I don't think are talented but are succeeding or surviving in the Nollywood industry on TikTok. I saw that video on TikTok and Chike made the list. And for me, I would disagree with that to a certain extent. I feel like he's a good actor, but not a very good actor. He's not a fantastic actor. I don't think, the way I saw him portray his character in this particular movie, I don't think he would easily fit into some other characters. His overall portrayal of the character David in this particular movie, for me, I saw him being very relaxed. In as much as I know that we cannot take away from the fact that there are people who are very laid back in real life, so that could easily just be the way, like, that could just easily be the personality of this particular character David in this movie. But Chike Daniels as a person, I have seen him on a couple of movies. He is just always very lax in his portrayal of characters. It's not a bad thing, right? But it is only not a bad thing when it comes to simple roles like this, where he just has to sit down and be a lover boy. But I feel like any movie that will make him to get off his ass and actually put in effort and bring ginger and vibe into a movie, I don't think he'll be able to nail that effortlessly. But then I stand to be corrected. If you have seen any movie where you see Chike being active and bringing life to a movie, I would love for you to recommend it for me in the comment section so I could go check it out and correct my impression of him. But for my personal impression of him, based on the movies that I've seen him act, I don't think he has the ability to act anything outside of this kind of role of being calm and collected. Next, I think that Nadia is a fantastic actress. I mean, we saw her go crazy on the set of Story of Us, still showing on Uchenna Mbunabo TV. But then in this particular movie, I think she did fairly good. The thing about this movie, is the problem is not with the individual actors. The problem is with the overall interactions of everybody in this particular movie. I felt like it was weak and very surface level at most. I didn't get the kind of depth of emotion that I wanted to feel and see being portrayed in this particular movie. I don't think that these people came out enough in their elements to bring this movie to life. I felt like the direction of this movie was not so good, in my opinion. This movie didn't take the tune and tone of what I would have been expecting, considering the kind of story. And in simple terms, the acting and portrayal of character in this particular movie was underwhelming. It failed to engage the audience, me being one of them, as much as it should have, considering that the story was supposed to be a very deep one. I think it's safe to say that the movie as a whole fell short of executing this particular story to perfection. Individually, the actors were good, but coming together, like, I don't know how to put it, right? I don't know how to put it. It's just like, let me just say, for instance, now, if you're cooking a food. Salt has its own taste. Seasoning cube has its own taste. Bitter leaf has its own taste. We all know the individual taste of all of those things, but then there is a way somebody can still bring them all of them together and combine them in a pot of soup in a way that the soup is not nice. Now, does that now mean that salt doesn't taste like salt? Salt tastes like salt. Bitter leaf tastes like bitter leaf. Sugar tastes like sugar. But then if somebody brings them all together into something and poorly combines them, it would not taste good, and it doesn't take away from the fact that these individual ingredients are good on their own. Does that make sense? Okay, let's talk about the final review of David at the end of the movie, where he revealed himself to Lisa. How, like, I don't know if I was the only one that was expecting to see another kind of reaction. The reaction I got at that point in time, or at that end point in time where the review finally happened, was not what I was expecting for something like this. This story or this kind of occurrence is not something that happens every day. It is not a normal everyday occurrence. It's not something that somebody can easily just sit down and look forward to. So when the review happened, and David said all the things that he said, he didn't even say as much as I would have expected him to say, considering that this is not an everyday occurrence. Lisa's reaction was just so plain, so shallow. They didn't drive home the kind of emotion I was expecting to see in a review like this. This is something that doesn't happen every day. It's not like somebody just comes to come and say praise the Lord, and then we already know like everybody's reaction, what we should expect. This is something that doesn't happen all the time, something that is very unique, something that is very mind-blowing at best, and her reaction was just so, I don't know. Some other people might feel like maybe because they like Nadia Buhari and they like Chike Daniels, they might say, oh, the chemistry between the both of them. I didn't even feel like the chemistry between the both of them was anything spectacular. It was not less than I expected, but then it could be more. The only person that I felt like was honestly giving me vibes in this movie, I can't even lie, was just Femi. His energy was just, like all over the place. It was good, and it was the right amount. It was the right amount. I didn't at any point in time feel like he was doing too much. Neither did I think that he was doing too little. His energy was just the right amount, and it was impressive. I don't even want to talk about Charles' son in this particular movie. That one was even just the absolute worst. I am sorry to say this, but I don't think that guy is a good actor at all. This is not the first movie I'm seeing him in. I have seen him in another movie where he was kind of dating Uchenna Mbunabo in one other movie. I can't remember the exact title of that movie off my head now because I've watched a lot of movies of recent, so I might be mixing some of them up. But when I was watching him, and I was so unimpressed with his act, his person, it just made me remember that I've seen this particular face on a particular movie before, and this is just the same way he was. So boring in delivering his role. I don't think he's a good actor. I feel like maybe since he's an actor right now, the people that picked him and screened him, I felt like he was good enough to actually be an actor in Nollywood. Maybe they saw potential in him. I feel like maybe he should work on his talents. Right now, I don't think he's a good actor at all. And to be honest, I really wonder who thought it was a fantastic idea to start raining all of a sudden when Lisa and David were having their moments at the end of the movie. I don't think that was a creative idea. I don't think it's cute. I'm really sorry. But then if you're a fan of Z-World movies, you might actually enjoy it. But when I was watching that particular scene, I was like, what is now bringing rain again inside this matter? Are you now trying to tell me that somebody's spirits can control the elements? Or what? I don't know. And don't even get me started on how they were both comfortably standing under the rain and doing all that loving and kissing they were doing there while rain was busy beating them and beating the so-called document that they claim to be the deed of the company. Don't get out of that rain and get into your houses. And overall, to wrap this whole too much grammar be speaking sense up, my overall take of this particular movie, do I think it's a wonderful story? Yes, I think that the story was good. I think that the story had so much potential that weren't lived up to. Kudos to all of the actors and all of everybody on the set of this particular movie. You did well. Thank you to Uchenna Mbunabo for always bringing wonderful movies to our screen. But this particular one, to be honest, I didn't enjoy this particular movie at all. The only thing that was just keeping me going in this particular movie was just Femi and his jokes. Anytime they start all these things that they were doing, talking, and I just need them to give me some Femi. Give me some Femi. Let him just come and do something funny and make me, because I was dozing off watching this movie. I was honestly feeling very sleepy. So only when Femi comes up, and then I'm just like anticipating to hear the rubbish that he wants to say, one funny thing or the other, and then I'll just laugh. And as for a rating, to be very honest, I'll give this movie a 5/10 because of the story, the creativity of the story, and also you have to give them some points for the little effort that they put into making this particular movie. So they deserve their flowers for that as well. And as well, I recommend this movie. Well, It depends. If you're a fan of Bollywood, Z World movies, you know those kind of Z World movies that they do, all of those things that they do. You love Abby and Pragya, that kind of vibe. Well, feel free to watch this. It kind of gives like the kind of vibe of Z World Reloaded in Nollywood. So if you like Z World movies, well, probably go check it out. It might just, like it might just resonate well with you because that's the kind of thing that you're into. But in general, if you like Nadia, you like Chike, you like Uchenna Mbunabo as a movie producer, well, probably go check it out and then form your own opinion about the movie and feel how you want to feel. Successfully, we have come to the end of this particular movie review. Please feel free to agree or disagree with me in the comment section. I'm really open to other people's opinions. And if you aren't subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button to join the family. Click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I put out new and amazing movie reviews like this one. And that being said, thank you so very much, Good Life family, for stopping by. Thank you so very much for your support so far. Thank you for watching this particular video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it, and I would see you in the next one. I love you all dearly and God bless you. Bye.